Hey there, and welcome to Next Level in Charleston, South Carolina. My name is JD McNair, and here we will talk everything from real estate sales to the hottest restaurants and special events in the Charleston area. You can catch up on each episode on iTunes, Google Play, and Facebook. Well, today's episode is about the choices that you have and what you need to know when you're choosing the possibility of using a discount broker or using an iBuyer or thinking about one of those instant offers. Let's start with the listing side of it. And what I need to convey here is that companies that are out there that use artificial intelligence and the artificial intelligent computer programs cannot determine the price of your home. And the reason why we know this is they have no idea the condition of the home. If there's any upgrades that have been done, maybe the home needs a room painted to help it sell. Perhaps there was a new deck recently added that's not aware to them. Or one of those nice outdoor living areas. Of course, all these things are going to add value to the home, and by these computers just going off of tax records and things that they think they know based off of other conditions in the neighborhood is not going to help determine the price. They can't see the surroundings, actually, in the neighborhood. Maybe there's a lake or a pond out back. Perhaps the city has just approved a new commercial strip in the backyard, like a commercial strip center. Or maybe there's even a new development that's going in to be $1 million homes. Only the realtor, as a person who's an expert in this field, would know this information, and it's invaluable. It would definitely reflect the price of the home of your house, and the computer system is not going to know that. All this affects the price, and that computer models would never know this without having that information in front of them. You also need to think, if an instant offer is being presented to you, do you really think that the buyer is looking out for you or the person giving the instant offer to make you the most amount of money? I don't really think that's true. I think that they're looking to save themselves some of those money, so when they go to resell it, they actually can make some money. Now, there are those certain cases where a seller does not care about the money or want an instant offer because they have to move in a very, very short time frame. But if money matters, you need to use a professional. Well, let's back up there a little bit and look at that. You get a person that's doing an instant offer because you need to move quickly, and they're going to offer you a price that is below market value. So when they go in to fix it up or they go in to repaint it to make it sellable, they're going to have some wiggle room in there so they can actually make money. So the price that they're going to give you is not really actually the true value of the home. Let's go ahead and switch gears on this, because that's the instant offer. And there's the other thing out there that people are aware of, those sound bites of discount or limited service companies or discount services. And these companies are out there, and they do provide some help to get your home sold. Not much, but that's why it's a discount service. They put it in the MLS, and they probably send out a photographer. They might do it themselves. Depends on the package that you sign up for. There also may be some things that you want done, such as a sign in the yard or a flyer, and maybe you want an open house done, which is probably not going to happen unless you pay those extra fees. You know the saying, you get what you pay for. And again, if you're in serious financial position where you have to take that low-cost service company, and it's the time to sell, and it's not important for you to make the most you can, because you don't have a whole lot of room in what you owe on the home and the closing costs, then that just happens to be the route that you have to go. Now let's take what a professional realtor would do for you. They're probably going to spend more in marketing in 2 weeks to get your property sold and positioned properly, simply because limited service companies don't have the financial resources to do this, or they actually don't have the money to afford the technology that accomplishes the important components in selling a home. Limited service companies won't syndicate your listing in any one of the hundreds of websites that's crucial getting in front of as many buyers as possible. They don't have a social media director. They don't have a marketing team whose job is to really get in front of the most likely buyer pool of people looking at that home, whether it's 3-bath, 4-bedroom, 2-story home. They're not going to really have that information. So the marketing team and the social media directors would go out there and search for that type of buyer. Ask a professional the very same question. Let me back up on that. if you're going to use a discount brokerage, you're going to want to ask them what is the game plan in selling their home, and they're not probably going to have a real game plan. They're limited service, so they're going to go ahead and do the limited things that it takes. Now, back to the other part, if you ask a professional the same question of what are you going to do to sell my home, they're going to sit down and you're going to have to make yourself a cup of coffee. They're going to present you with a 107 plus item sales plan. They're going to go through everything that they're going to do, from print to social media to aerial photography, sometimes virtual tours, Matterport. They're going to have flyers. They're going to have open houses. They're going to have broker open house. They're going to put professional flyers together that's in the home already, so when the buyers get there that they have that information in front of them, all professionally done on high-end equipment. In both instant offers and in limited service companies, they're not going to tap the cooperating broker. This is what we call reverse prospecting, or reverse prospecting techniques. This is where we go into our platform in our systems here, and what we'll do is, let's say your home is 200,000, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, downtown. We would go in and find anybody who is looked at that type of property in their search in our entire MLS of all the agents. And then we will have that list and say, hey, Johnny, realtor, your client has sparked an interest in this type of property. We just listed it, and if you'd like to take a look at it, here's the link. You can send it to them. If you want to set up a showing, go ahead and just click the button and set it up. And that's really important, because 71% of the time that somebody sells a property, it's going to be from the cooperating broker, and you want to get in front of those people. Discount companies don't take the time to do that. Even if they could, they don't take the time to do it. And really what we're doing here is just scratching the surface on what I believe I'm trying to convey and things to consider when selling. Okay, so let's switch gears here and talk a little bit about iBuyers. That's something that we don't have here in our Charleston market. I think it's getting a little bit of traction out west and in the Midwest, but it's something you probably should know. Basically, an iBuyer, or buying without a professional realtor, is what it means. But before we really get into the details about iBuying and my thoughts and concerns, is let me ask you these questions. If you got caught up in a legal tangle, would you represent yourself? Or if you needed heart surgery, would you perform the operation on yourself or ask a friend to help you? How about if a power line went down in front of your home that wasn't working and you wanted to fix it? Would you just pull out an extension ladder? Well, it's kind of a silly question, and of course you wouldn't do it. But that would be the same thing as trying to sell yourself a home on your own, or trying to actually buy a house on your own. You would want to find somebody who's an expert, a qualified professional, or a licensed electrician. Today, iBuyer companies want you to believe that going the do-it-yourself route is going to save them a lot of money, or save the buyer a lot of money. Reality is, it can actually cost them money, because they don't know how they can possibly get tangled up in a legal suit if they don't perform to the contract, and they don't know what they're doing. Professional realtors and brokerages that work for these companies, they have teams of people who look at the offers and contracts and make sure that what the intended agreement is, and that it is reflected in the binding contract correctly. Basically meaning it is a contract that is valid, not voidable, and it's ratified properly. A loosely written contract, that's a word in our lingo here, is they don't know what they're really trying to accomplish by what they've written, and that's a loosely written contract. A contract that has stuff crossed out, not understanding the terminology. You have to worry about the laws, the clauses, fair housing laws, contract contingencies, inspection deadlines, termite and radon inspections, the financing terms, due diligence addendums, title work, deed prep, and inspection repair request addendums. That's just to name a few of the many more items that are within a contract. The last thing I really want to talk to you today about is negotiating. And this is probably the single most important thing in a real estate transaction for a buyer. You can read anything you want on the internet. You can watch hundreds of YouTube videos or ask a friend for their opinion, but the truth is that the information is virtually useless. Only a local professional realtor knows the market. They know precisely what to offer. They know what the list price sell price ratios are. They know if a home is overpriced. They know how much they likely can get in closing costs paid for by the seller. That's getting the seller to pay for some of your costs, some of your capital contributions, HOA fees, club memberships, etc. Many people didn't even know you could probably do that, but a person in their market who is a professional knows how to make this happen. This is the stuff that realtors just know. They don't tell anybody how they know it. It's just from experience and understanding of the local market and doing it hundreds of times over and over. So you can go into a process and try and do it on your own and make a wise decision, or hopefully hire a professional, hopefully a RE/MAX professional, to help you in your home purchase. Well, that's it for today, folks. Join us in 2 weeks for another episode of Next Level in Charleston, right here on iTunes and Google Play. Leave comments or questions about the episode, and we'll be happy to answer them for you. If there's other things you'd like to hear in the future, please let us know. Check out our page on Facebook and Instagram. Stay cool, Charleston.